back to Relationship Talk with the Lawyers. I'm Tyece.
I'm Courtney.
And we are going to be jumping right into it. You know, we're doing season 12, episode number 10 of Married at First Sight. What do you think about Haley and Jacob this week?
Jacob is the man. Haley ain't the woman.
Really?
Why is Haley on this show? I mean, she caught up in her mind. She's beating herself up. I mean, even Dr. Viviana called her out and quoted her, and she's, "Oh, I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this." Yeah. You know how crazy you are.
I don't think she's crazy, but Dr. Viviana did kind of point out that she's doing the same thing that she's done in the past, and it hasn't been successful, and she's repeating the same thing by picking people apart. As soon as she started reading that from her, whatever she filled out, she was like, "Okay, I know where you're going with this."
Is she perfect?
She's not perfect. Nobody's
perfect. So who
perfect.
is her to pick someone apart and then say, "Oh, to the next man, I will give you a chance"? Is that the right thing?
But
I know. I think I heard that.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's
and
the thing
who
that she's
says
done
something
before.
like that? Like, "Hey, listen, I'm going to find faults with you. I'm going to get rid of you, but the next guy that comes, I'm going to give them a chance."
She's realizing.
Is that what she said? Like, somewhat?
That's what she said.
Okay,
but
it wasn't
that's
in my
something
mind.
that she's realizing after she done did that. Okay, I done did this. I'm not going to do this in the next relationship. Because she's like, all right, this relationship's already done. I can't fix it. The next relationship, I'll try to do better.
Why are you on the show and have those type of quotes? You supposed to be like...
Because these people are not perfect. That's why they needed somebody to match them up. They can't find somebody on their own. All these people got some type of flaws.
I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about at least you got to enter this whole marriage at first sight thing, and this is a difficult situation. You got to especially enter it with a fresh and no baggage.
People can't change who they are overnight.
Okay, cool,
they want to come in open-minded. They want to come in thinking that they're going to look at this with a new, fresh set of eyes. Everybody does that. When you first start a relationship, you think you're not going to do the same thing you did in the past relationship to bring into this relationship, but people don't change. Certain traits that you have, they continue to do it. That's why they don't have successful relationships.
Okay, so why you find Haley says something about finding faults or picking someone apart, and Briana said, "Hey, I find faults," and what's going on with the women? Just saying, you ain't hear no male say anything of that nature. Why y'all women pick men apart and beating us down?
Anyway, I got a question of why the females feel on the show that they have to sleep with the husband. Because Haley said something that like stood out. Because she was like, when they were asking like what happened in the beginning of the relationship that y'all felt some type of connection. She was like, "I slept with him because I thought I had to. I was his wife. We were married, so I slept with him." And I was like, "You sound like Paige. Like you just slept with the person because, you know, you felt like that's what you're supposed to do because that's your wife." I'm like, they're strangers to you. You're marrying a stranger. Like the whole thing. Yes, we might have made vows and we're husband and wife, but you're still a stranger. I don't know you. This is just like a first date. Would you sleep with them when you first meet them? If you're not going to sleep with them when you first meet them, don't sleep with them just because you got a ring on your finger. Like.
And with that situation, it made their relationship even worse.
Yes, because she gave mixed signals. He thinking, "Oh, she liking me. We're moving somewhere." And in her mind, she's just like, "Okay, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me just lay down and do it." Like, it wasn't, she didn't really have any feeling for him. So she would have been better off she didn't sleep with him. Because then he would know that she's not into him like that.
Well, that's what Ryan is somewhat doing. He want to build a relationship. Let's not talk about them yet, but...
Yeah, I guess.
But, hey, it's just pointing to sex is not everything.
It's not. It is an important part of a relationship, but it's not.
Oh, yeah,
everything.
it is. It's not everything.
I think one thing that Haley has been trying. I think Jacob needs to kind of step up him trying to romance her. Just like she did something nice to him and bought the clothes. You know, he needs to do something nice for her. Like find something that she likes to kind of show that I'm paying attention to you. I realize that you like this. A little small gesture, something. I don't see him doing any of that. All he complained about, you know, not attracted to me. That's all. Like, his dry jokes. Like, try doing something different. It's the same thing. It's monotone voice.
He's funny in his own way.
But she doesn't find him funny that way. So he got to change it up somehow.
Well, that's what she'd be like, oh, should I laugh? I don't.
Because she'll know if he's being serious or funny.
Well, she's tight and she's serious too.
But she's a little bit more fun than him.
Okay.
Everybody's a little bit more fun than Jacob. To be honest.
Why are you dissing Jacob?
I'm not dissing him.
Fun
I like Jacob.
Own way.
I like Jacob and his 80s self, but you just gotta, like I said before in the previous video, you gotta either love him or hate him. There's no in between. So
why did she say something with the work? I don't work is like, or basically it's too much work. Because she's saying she don't want to work. Yeah, she's doing all the work in the relationship, and he's not really doing as much work, which is true. And that's why I'm saying he needs to kind of put in some work and romance her. What, now? Yeah. Okay, now, because she done messed everything up. By holding back, he was romancing her.
He wasn't romancing her.
They went out to breakfast and ate steaks and eggs.
And raw onions?
They were sitting there, and it was in a romantic environment. No. And there was, ooh. And then
I don't know what show you was watching.
And he was sitting there talking the most majority of the time, and all of us thought this guy was weird. And she was just like this.
Thinking he's weird too, saying, I am not attracted to you.
But she wasn't giving him feedback or anything. That's why all the way up until 2 episodes, she was mute.
Because she said she didn't know how to communicate to him.
Well, like I said, she messed things up. Just talk, communicate. Well, she didn't do that. She held back.
They ain't gonna make it, so it don't make no difference.
After 3 or 4 days, you know, they knocked boots, and then I guess it made her hold back even more. So she done got this thing in a weird relationship. You shouldn't lay down with the guy. You stuck to your guns at the first point, right? And you see he wanted to, because he was laying up in the bed like, yeah, we're going to do this.
And way back to
can I go back, please?
Go back.
And then she was like, I'm going to sleep, all in the bathroom and yelling it. And then she got in there, hey, how you doing? Hey. And he was like, but come on. Like, she got to take her responsibility.
She wasn't attracted to him, but she wasn't feeling him. But then she felt obligated, like I said, but she shouldn't have. Just like Paige did. She definitely shouldn't have slept with him. But to each his own.
That's why Viviana, doctor, she which I thought was weird, you know, to put them in the bed environment, and this is the exercise that she was doing, and she was saying, hey, y'all gotta talk, and y'all gotta, you know, and this is where y'all gotta get y'all vibes together in this bedroom here. And I thought that, you know, that wasn't a good exercise, because, you know, the whole aspect of them sleeping apart, sitting apart, they were just not together.
That's what she was trying to do, bring them together. Like, y'all need to come and sleep in the same bed.
They are somewhat, you know, passive, and, you know, he's a little bit more aggressive, like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, I got to know you first. I got to know you.
So that's what Dr. Viviana was trying to bring them. Like, if they keep at that same pace, they'll never make it when it's time for decision day. So she's trying to bring them like, okay, these are little things that you do step by step. Let's now start sleeping in the same bed. Maybe in the morning y'all could kiss good morning, and in the night kiss good night. Hey, she's not saying y'all gotta have sex, but trying to have some type of intimacy. And that's what Dr. Viviana
She didn't even give him no kiss in the nighttime. He's like, hey, a little kiss. Like from day one, the honeymoon, he's like, hey, you wanna? And she's
he can't expect her to change
the same way.
He can't expect her to change overnight. Like, they just started sleeping in the same bed, just like she said. You better slow down and be glad she's sleeping in the same bed with him.
Oh yeah, he said, hey, this is a good step. She's sleeping in the same bed, so he appreciated.
Yeah. So step by step.
Step by step. That was a show.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Old heads, yo.
Yeah,
I tell you.
80s.
You tell me it's Jacob. All right, anything else on Jacob and
I think that's all I have.
Paige and Chris. What did you think of them this week?
They are very repetitive. They doing the same old thing from the first week. This has been multiple weeks. We in what? Episode 9, 10, and they still doing the same thing. We don't think they're going to change.
No.
All right, then. So, I'm going to touch on one thing first, that she said to something like the effect of, what is this relationship going, or what is... First of all, let's stop right there. You don't have a relationship.
It's going nowhere.
Nowhere, man.
Like, really.
Relationship take two. It take two to tangle. Well, they repeat, and at least they have no connection. Relationship takes connection. They don't have that. You ask him to call you, he don't want to call you.
My thing is how you go from one to knock her boots all the time to now not even wanting to give her a phone call. Like, that's a switch for you. And he gonna have the nerve to say, my heart is not 100% in this. But then you just telling her 2 days ago that you afraid that you gonna fall in love with her. Like, what is it? Like, he's just a master manipulator. I talk about, oh, we haven't included God in anything. That's the problem. I'm like, Paige included God in everything. You the one that ain't include God in nothing.
Divinity is
everything she done did,
ordained.
she included God. They gonna talk about, let's do a Bible study, ain't gonna come prepared with nothing. Like, how you gonna bring up the idea of having a Bible study and come with nothing? Paige had her Bible ready with her stuff, and he comes with nothing.
He said, hey, bless the food. You bless the food.
I don't think he know how to bless food. I don't know. The thing is, when Dr. Viviana asked him, what do you want with Paige? And he couldn't really give an answer. That's right there. Should have been like, okay, this is it. What do you want with me? You're just toying with her at this point. Just have her like a yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like, what's the point of her staying in this? I was just done with him. But then, of course, every episode he got to drop a bomb, some revelation that he has to say. The first revelation that he's not attracted. Then it was the baby revelation. Then it was getting a divorce. He's in love with his ex. Now he done bought his ex a car. I'm like...
He bought his ex a new Benz. Get it correct.
She was like,
new
a new car?
Benz. And
a new car?
she don't drive.
Yeah, she ain't driving 6 years, but you buy her a brand new car. That don't add up.
It adds up to his little minuscule mind. He is just what he got dough, I guess.
But if she hasn't driven in 6 years,
it don't make any sense.
Why get her a car?
It don't make no sense.
I thought he was gonna say, "I'm gonna be taking her around." I saw that's what he was gonna say.
Nope.
I'm gonna be busy next week because I had to take her to a doctor's appointment or something. I did not expect her to say, "I bought her a car."
Nope.
she was not even focused on the fact that he bought her car, but she was like, a new car? I was like, that's just like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like that don't make no sense. You're not with her, but you buying her a brand new car. I can't have my daughter, my who was she? My baby mama taking a bus or the train or taking a cab. She can't take a ride share. I gotta buy her a car.
Hey, he don't want his new baby that's not even born yet, to be. He want luxury things. Like, hey.
He more devoted to her than this commitment that he made to Paige. And these so talk about devotion and commitment and this, that, other. Oh, I'm done with them. What else you got to do?
Paige, you can't even get a call. What is going on with this call? Like, what you call it last? last week, Paige, no, not Paige, Virginia, and what you call it, and she desperately wanted Erik to call and say, hey, call me back, please. I paid you, pay me back. No, they didn't actually say that. But she can't even get a call. Paige, skate, go, peace, sayonara. Deuces.
I'm tired of saying the same thing every week. Paige, whatever you get, that's on you.
I'm tired of talking about y'all.
Yeah. So whatever she get, that's on her. Can't tell nobody what to do no more. She a grown woman, just like Dr. Viviana said. She a grown woman. She wants to stay in it. That's on her. All right, I'm done. You ready to move on? All right, next is Erik and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, everybody got visits from Dr. Viviana this week. And I think one thing I realized with Erik and Virginia is that they just was sweeping a lot of things under the rug. And they weren't really talking and getting to the source of why they act the way they act or why they have certain beliefs. They were just like avoiding the conflict and so they could stay in the happy land. But that's not what relationships about. Like, relationship is, you have to confront things that are uncomfortable. You have to have uncomfortable conversations. You have to have discussions that you might not always agree, but at least you get to the root and you see each other's point of view. And I think that's what they kind of showed in this episode. Them taking the time, following Dr. Viviana's tips, and really talking about the issue. And you were able to kind of see each person's point of view. Like, Erik was just like, oh, she's all 50-50 about having a baby. And then when she really talked and gave her point of view of why she's 50-50 on having a baby, he understood a lot more. And I think that's what couples need to do more often. Like, you have to talk to each other.
Have the difficult conversation and have it in a calm manner, a right setting, and then that conversation can be had. You can't be having it when you turn the bottle up to the head. Oh
God, she didn't drink that much.
I know she did very good.
Yeah, they didn't show her drinking.
She's very clear and precise with what she had to say, and I could understand her a little bit better. And but hey.
But the one thing I was a little concerned with, she was like, oh, I don't know if you're gonna always like feel the same way about me or still be attracted to me.
Well, that's because they have, she's had issues. She's seen issues in her parents' relationships, and that's an insecurity that's inside her.
So like that was kind of like, I felt it like, oh, Virginia, you really just feel like people feelings change that quick, or like you're, after you've been together for a while, you do,
probably seen that from the parents.
Yeah, but it was just
fallout.
Like, I was just like, oh, Virginia, that's so sad.
Yeah.
So Erik really has to keep reassuring her and making sure she knows that she's desired and he still loves her the same way. So that's something that he has to remember and keep in mind, that she does have that insecurity, and you have to kind of just keep reassuring her about that.
So she has that I'm gathering she had that insecurity by the parents. She's seen the parents go through it, and it's affecting her and her mindset. But one thing that's really caught me is with the kids also. She don't want to have any kids. And
no, she said she wasn't sure about having the kids because of her experience going through a divorce with her parents. So she wasn't, I think that's her reasoning of not really 100% saying she want to have kids, because she doesn't want to put her child through that in case she gets a divorce. All right, let's move on to Briana and Sensitive Vinny. So, Sensitive Vinny apologized about how he acted last week in the salsa class, getting all emotional and sensitive, and had the nerve to say, I'm not delicate. I was like, really? You're not delicate? Okay.
You look back on the show when he spilled the bottle, she gave three negative comments to bruh. And then
none of that is what he said.
She just followed up on this show like, hey, you dropped the champagne, and I was saying, oh, it's so Vinny of you. Basically, I was saying it was cute.
Vinny himself.
That is so far from a lie.
Vinny himself said.
Stop it. You
said that he was trying to be Mr. Cool, Mr. Perfect, and that's why he reacted. Not because of what Briana said, not because of what Briana did. Him himself was in his head. He did something, tried to be cool. It didn't turn out the way he wanted it to turn out. And that's why he got to be sensitive, Vinny, and got in his feelings and got all emotional. He said out his own mouth. So I just want the record to show that I am right, that it was not Brianna's fault. She did not cause him to act the way he did. That was his own insecurity because he was trying to be Mr. Cool, Mr. Perfect. He admitted it on this episode. Let the record show. And he apologized for being so sensitive.
I get that, but like I said, if y'all go back in the show, she dissed the man 3 different times.
That's not the reason why he acted that way, though.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's not the reason he acted that way.
I'm trying to tell you. She dissed the man 3 times, right? She's following up on this show, and I'm being redundant. She's following up on this show and saying, no, I was saying it was so cute. And he didn't refute it. It was so cute. That's not true.
He didn't refute it. In your mind, it's not true.
Whatever.
In his mind, he said that's fine.
He's just trying to make his marriage last. Just make it work. That's about it. That's it. She was about to.
I thought they looked.
She was ready to pick him apart about the shower head and all of that. And
they both. That was in the exercise they had to do.
Yep.
And he spoke about, he dissed her, talking about she's short.
She fine.
She didn't get upset and start crying and say she go home.
And you see, he laughed. He was like, oh.
They both laughed about it because she knows how to take a joke.
She don't know. And
he had the nerve to say, oh, I like the fact that she was goofy and playing. And I was like, you can't take a joke. Talk about you like somebody goofy. Hey, stop it. Anyway, I digress.
Hey, I was right last week with him gaining weight and tight in his shirt, and like I said, I blamed it on her because she's fit, she's able to dance.
Ain't nobody was told her to wear that tight shirt.
He can't dance, and he was like physically frustrated, and he was hot.
Dying when he said.
And plus, he has anger management. I'm like, of course.
That's what anger management. I was dying when he said that. He's like, yo, I gained a little weight. My shirt was tight. So.
And you thought of your husband right there.
I was like, yo.
I didn't say.
He was just, oh, yes, I was right. You see? I was right.
That's right, because I know.
You got that one.
Because I'm a guy.
Ding, 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 ding. You got a point.
Women don't know everything. Y'all act like y'all
that
do.
Women know everything.
I'm a guy. I'll relate to my man, Benny. Yeah, Benny. Yeah.
You relate. Okay.
I relate.
All right, anything else on Briana and Vincent?
That's it. They're the best couple that's out of the 5, and
their little corny game
if
of the
they're able to
cute.
work things out, they're gonna be the first ones to make it and say, hey, no divorce here.
Let's hope. We can only pray. We need some success in this season.
Yeah, anything can go wrong though. But
all right, last but not least, Clara Ryan. Clara still wants to have some sex. Ryan's still not giving it up. He said he needed trust to make him become more intimate. The one thing I was like a little taken aback when Clara was like, every time she has sex, it was never no emotion. Even when she has sex with somebody she loved, which is so weird. I don't know. That's weird to me.
Well, that's emotional. That's emotions with her. I guess that to feel wanted, she has to, give it up. She wants the max physicality and emotionally and feeling wanted and needed. So she think it's right there in the hot spot, in the middle spot.
She says she has to have sex to then have the feelings, and he had to have the feelings before he has sex. I don't know how they're gonna make this work. It was just weird. I was just weird to we have a video talking about the difference between sex and making love. And she's a clear example that she just has sex. Because when she have no feeling, even if it's a person that you love, it just seems weird. It's just the action that you're doing. It's
And
just fulfilling that urge and no emotional connection to the person.
You see is emotions that's going on there. So it's something is there.
I think the reason why she started crying, because she was saying that she doesn't want to have that with him. She doesn't want that their sexual relationship, she doesn't have any feeling or connection while they're having sex, and it just be sex to her. She wants to actually have some emotional connection with him, and she's never had that in the past. So she's afraid that when they do start having sex, it'll be just the same as she's done in the past.
So why don't she get on the bandwagon with Ryan and stop being forcefully or physically frustrated?
But she needs some. She has that urge. It's killing her right now. Especially the fact she said they do everything except have intercourse. So I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, how do you get that hot and heavy and then all of a sudden, no, stop. We're not gonna go that any further. That has to be frustrating. Somebody that's you. Well, yeah. Then she says, oh, she's confusing me. And then she says she was in a relationship, her past relationship for 3 years, and they wasn't having sex all the time. So she said, if at the most they had 3 times a year, which is a weird relationship. You together for 3 years and you having sex, you're in love and you're only having sex 3 times a year. They weren't married, so who knows? I don't know.
I don't know if they was in love. They just had
a
relationship going. So
she said she loved them.
It's a whole lot of stuff
that's confusing.
That's going on there, and he's trying to build something to make them last and it be sustainable. I'm gathering.
Yeah.
And he want that the physical aspect or the sexual intercourse aspect to come after to make it whole.
But if you want that, then don't do anything at all. My thing is, if you're not going to have sex...
I'm just wondering what they're doing.
If you're not going to have sex... I
can speculate.
Don't do anything.
And I can say some things, but I don't know. They never even came out with it.
But I'm like, she said they do everything except intercourse. Everything
what
except
is everything?
Intercourse.
Now, I know that's from a sexual
Every
mind.
other sexual act except for putting the penis in the
vagina. But we don't know that, though.
That's what she's... Intercourse? That's what's intercourse.
I get that. So what is the else?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
It's a variety of different things. Everything except for what she wants.
In her mind, it could be kissing.
That is not what she made.
What?
She would have said kissing.
Kissing the knee.
Whatever.
I don't know. It gets her.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Or something.
Y'all know what the everything else is.
Could be kissing the toes or something. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so hopefully, I don't know. I'm about to be on your bandwagon with them. I don't think they're gonna make it because they just not connected. They have 2 different philosophies when it comes to sexual relationship. Ryan, and then in the previews. I don't think so. I think he's just a religious guy that's holding out. For the same reason that I just said that the women shouldn't have to sleep with a man. It's the same reason just because it's flipped around and he's a guy and she's a girl. If he's not ready to give it up, he shouldn't give it up unless he's ready. Even though he's giving up everything else except for the intercourse.
See, it's things that is in there that I can agree with, and especially what he's trying to do. But he's an uppity dude, and he's just doing it not in. I don't know. I don't know.
I would be 100% with him if they weren't doing everything else.
Okay.
If they weren't doing everything else up to that, I would agree. But I just feel like he's just...
Now, if they're doing everything else, then shame on him.
Exactly.
Because you got this sexual person, the sexual being over here.
Sexually frustrated.
And you know she desires this thing because, that's what she wants.
And you get her to this point and then it's like you cut her off. It's like, no, that's it. Yeah, that's not right.
Then I'll see she should be frustrated.
Of course. Anybody would be frustrated if you get them up to a point and then you're like, oh no, can't give you that.
My.
Well, she better go find her toy. Is Ryan holding his stuff?
Well, get something to please her, making her cups and donuts and...
That's why she ate so many donuts. She need that sugar rush.
Man, these episodes are crazy. Mm-hmm. They crazy. Each relationship got different aspects to it that you. Hey, kudos to Viviana. Kudos to
Dr.
Viviana. Yeah, she was good.
She came into her thing.
She even came back again for Jacob and Haley. And then she was giving sound advice. So these
Dr. Viviana did her thing.
Those counsel sessions was
and she wasn't fake like Pastor Cal. Because Pastor Cal was acting like
he came
Paige
in.
was talking to him.
Hey, well, tell us some things.
Yeah, act like he didn't know.
Like he didn't know. And she was like, hey, we heard.
And she was coming and everything on the nail. Okay, what's that? Tell me about that. I heard you did this.
Sex and this and
yeah, she came in and was just like,
real.
Let me just get to the point. We ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. This is the problem. Tell me about it. I can appreciate that.
Let me fold my legs and tell me some things.
That's the Cal came in acting like he ain't know nothing when he knew everything. Dr. Viviana wasn't even trying to play that.
Straight to the gut, like, yo, listen, this is what it is.
Exactly.
She was cool.
All right, y'all, that's it for us for this review of Season 12, Episode 10, Married at First Sight. We see y'all next time. This is the Lloyd Love Movement.
Yes, it is.
All right, see y'all. Peace. Bye, y'all.